I just want to start by telling you that this is the last video that I'm going to make in regards to this specific strategy, so hopefully you enjoy it. I've been receiving a lot of comments saying that I post the exact same video every single time, and even though I know that this by far is like the best binary option strategy, I can understand that it's not actually suitable for all of the people who follow me on YouTube, so that's the reason why this is the last video, so hopefully you enjoy it. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what I consider to be the best binary option strategy for pocket option and Quotex, and more importantly, the one that made me $21,000 in a matter of 10 minutes. But let's go ahead and roll right into the video. So the first thing that you got to ask yourself is actually, what is Pocket Option? And Pocket Option is a binary options broker that's been in the market for like 6-7 years, and it's by far one of the most trusted brokers for binary options, along with Quotex, which both of them, I'm actually putting the link to it in the description of this video, and they do have a 100% free demo account, so you can actually test them out, understand how to use it, and more importantly, convince yourself whether this is the broker for you or not. Now, when it comes to actually choosing a broker, there's a couple of things that you have to take in consideration. Number one is that the broker itself actually pays the withdrawals. If you are the best trader in the world, but you're not able to withdraw your money, then basically you're just not doing anything. So withdrawals are super important, and Pocket Option has really fast and trusted withdrawals through Bitcoin wallets all over the world. Now, second thing that you got to actually check yourself before you actually join a broker is the fact that they offer you a good payout according to what is it that you're going to be trading with. For instance, with Pocket Option, you actually can choose the expiration time right here, and the payouts are actually reflected on top of every single pair. You actually can realize that we have 92, 85, 78, 81, 88, 85, 85, 86. Not all of them have the best payouts in the world, but the majority of them are above 75%, which I believe is the most important thing when you actually have an accurate strategy. Now, the third thing that I recommend you to check when you're choosing a broker is the fact that the functionality of the platform itself is actually fast. Why? At least for myself, I'm actually trading with Turbo Trade, so it's actually super important for me that when I actually click on a button, the trade gets automatically placed, and that's something that Pocket Option has with no questions asked. You can actually place the position and it will be placed automatically and immediately, and it's not going to take a while. For instance, like IQ Option in the past. Now, having covered the broker section, it's actually time for us to talk about the strategy settings. And you got to pay really good attention to it. But if by any chance you want to have a more detailed training in regards to the strategy, I'm putting the link to it in the description of this video. Is this website right here called, well, actually, I don't have the link right here in front of me, but there's going to be a link in the description of this video where you can take this training 100% free. And it's for the best binary option strategy, which I consider to be the best one. I'm putting the link to it so that you can actually have it like a 45-50 minute training where I teach you all the settings of the strategy in more detail, answer a few questions, talk about the entry points, and so on. So I recommend you to take that training. But let's go ahead and dive into the settings right here. The first thing that you actually got to do is actually choose candles. That's super important. And second thing is actually choose the S30 right here. That means that every single candlestick is actually going to be for 30 seconds. The third thing that you actually have to do is add two indicators. Number one is the stochastic oscillator, and the number two is the RSI, which are these ones right here. Now, super important that when you add those indicators, you actually make sure that you have these settings. Okay, the RSI, the period is going to be the 14, and the actual levels is going to be 70 and 30. The 50 you can add it, but honestly I don't really use it. I just use the 70 and 30, but it's really up to you. It's your call. Colors are not important, so you click on the save button. And on the stochastic oscillator, you actually have to make sure you have these settings. K period is 14, D period is 3, smoothing period is 3, and the moving average is SMA. All right, super important, simple moving average. And then all of this is not important unless you actually move this. but you have to let it as 80 and 20. Now, these levels that I actually mentioned, 70 and 30 on RSI and 80 and 20 on stochastic, those are levels that determine if a price of an asset is completely overbought or oversold. It's overbought when the price goes too high and is oversold when the price is too low. So when we know that it's oversold on stochastic, it's basically when the price or the moving averages go outside of the level of 20. It's going down, so it's actually likely that it's going to spike. And it's oversold on RSI when the actual moving average touches the level of 30. It doesn't need to cross, you just need to touch it. So the opposite happens when it's overbought. It touches or goes slightly over the level of 70, and the stochastic is completely outside of the level of 80. Okay, when any of those combinations happen, either both of them are overbought or oversold, that's when you enter a transaction. Now, when it's completely overbought, you're going to enter a put position for 1 minute. Why? Because it is retraction. We're expecting the price to retract again. And when it's a complete oversold market, then you enter a call position for 1 minute. Okay, simple as that. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of live trades so that we fully understand exactly how I use this position. Now, I overtrading in some of them, but that's just a warning that I wanted to give you. Now, Euro USD, you see I enter at this level and it touched the level of 70 and it's completely overbought on the level of 80 on stochastic oscillator. So as you can see, I entered the position 1 minute, $800, really good. Now the payout, it was $78, so I was making like around $628 in that specific position, but it was a very, very simple trade. You can see right here, 2 red candles, because that's basically what the strategy is about. It reaches a point that it needs to retract at least a little bit. That's why it's a turbo trade for 1 minute, not 30 seconds or anything. It's 1 minute position, 2 candlesticks of life of that specific position. So as you can see, I want it right here. Then there's another one right here that I just entered here on USD CAD. We can see that the stochastic is right here overbought, and the price on the 70 level on the RSI actually touched. Sorry that I'm moving all stuff around, but I was actually providing with these signals to my signals group. We're going to talk about it in just a little bit, but yeah, that's the reason why you can't really see it. And right here, we got 30 seconds left. Sometimes the price will actually scare you and go again to the level. That's something that I actually explained on my training. But right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the live trades that I placed during this day. I actually overtraded a lot with one of the transactions. I just want to give you that warning. But let's go ahead and check it out, and then you're going to learn exactly how I did it. Okay, so now you actually saw how I was able to take all those trades all the way to $78,000. It was scary for a moment, but I knew what I was doing, and I knew for a fact that the price was actually going to drop because I've been using this strategy for like a year and a half now. Now, when can you actually use this strategy? This is super important because I know you can't really trade all day long or every single day. And I've been finding it useful and most useful at 15 GMT to like 17 GMT, like 2-hour window, and Monday through Thursday. Okay, I don't recommend you to trade it on Fridays unless you're actually an expert trader. But Mondays through Thursday is enough. And one thing I want to tell you is that my sessions usually take 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes at the most. And I place like 20 positions in there, make tons of money, and that's it. You don't need to be on your computer the whole time, okay? You just need to know how to actually handle this specific strategy. So super important. That's when you can use it. And before I actually finish with this video, in case you didn't know, and I did mention this, is that I actually send signals in regards to this strategy in the BLW Binary Master APP.com website. I'm putting the link to it in the description of this video. So if you're wondering what it is, it's a signals website where I send my own signals. So basically what I do is that there is a chat room right here where I'm going to send you my signals and hear people following the signals. And plus I actually share my screen so you can see me placing live trades. For instance, right here, all the webinars that I've been having, for instance, this was on the 14th. I don't talk. Okay, I don't actually talk, but I'm actually trading with you guys so that you pretty much understand what is it that I'm doing on these specific trades. You know where I'm entering and so on. This, I do it every single day from 15 GMT to like 15:45 or 16 GMT, like a 1-hour session. Then we have some Q&A and so on. But it's actually super important that you understand that this is a one lifetime opportunity. A lot of people have been begging me for years to actually give you guys this service of signals. So if you actually want to trade with me with this specific strategy, you can do so. The link to it will be in the description of this video, blwbinarymaster.com. Hey, so hopefully you enjoyed the content of this video, and if you did, smash the like button to support this YouTube channel. But more importantly, if you guys have any questions or comments to share, you can always use the comment section below and my team will be happy to reply to you. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.